What's going on? It's your boy Joey. Bringing you the first installment of Think Outside the Ring with my bestest buddy, my main man E. Bars on I-95. Let's get it.
You see my Wade Barrett elbow? You see the
I'm
Wade
afraid
Barrett?
I've got some bad news.
Oh, it's your boy E on I-95. You already know Mr. Bars on I-95. Home team. You already know how that shit goes. I'm a wrestling fan too, bro. I like this shit too, dog. Like, if I'm not listening to music, I'm watching wrestling, bro. That's really just it for me.
That's a fact, man.
Well, I'm talking about wrestling with this motherfucker right here, so it just makes perfect sense that we doing this.
Facts from freaking, 24/7 matches in the cafeteria in high school to taking it to the park and doing.
We was the 24/7 before they started that title. Let's be honest here. We was the guys for that.
We definitely carried on the Crash Harley rendition and everything. We was trying to really relive those Attitude Era glory days. But yeah, man, like,
to get signed from that.
It's just been crazy. Like, let's talk about ever since Triple H taking over.
I think that's the best part about it, bro. WWE has like a new resurgence again, bro. I feel like this is a whole new era. You know how they went from Attitude Era to, like, you know what I'm saying, the Ruthless Aggression era, PG era. I feel like this Triple H era is like the best of all of it put together. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it's the talents that's coming back, the storylines that he's letting rock, the characters that he's building. This is perfect. This is NXT on a bigger scale, like the golden days of NXT on a bigger scale now on the main roster.
Facts. Let me just pull up something here.
Oh shit! So let me pull something up. It's getting real.
So let's go over what you think about Raw this week.
I liked it. I think Raw was a solid show. I think it was solid this week. There was a lot of confusion in the air for me with the whole Carl Anderson situation, but I feel like this is all becoming a work on the low. So I'm looking at the,
Are you referring to the New Japan?
Yeah, the New Japan situation, like the Openweight Championship, them saying that he's not responding to his phone calls, like that was a big thing that they were saying. They're like, yo, he hasn't responded to any of our phone calls, da 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 da. So it's like, I think this is work personally. So I had that. I was looking at that. I was looking at one thing that was pissing me the fuck off, and I'm sure, bro, like, I'm sure it pisses you the fuck off too, bro. There's only one person on that Raw roster that I cannot stand with a passion, bro. And we could say it at the same time if you want to know about it, bro. But that Dominic Mysterio little motherfucker, bro.
Oh, we going right into it. I mean, I had him a little bit on the list after the Raw review, but all right. So let's talk before we get into anything else. Yeah, let's talk and mention Dominic Mysterio and how he's comparing himself to, the late great Eddie, which is cool. They're close, and I get it, but does he really fit that right now? Is he at that caliber? And at this birth of his career, you know what I'm saying? And Judgment Day, like, I'm not gonna lie, when Edge was running Judgment Day, you saw the legitimacy there. You saw the darkness. Like, I really thought it could be, a breath of fresh air as far as like a new ministry or like, a new dark entity. Like,
yeah.
Now it just feels like I feel like they just like on some Saints Row shit. Like, we're just gonna put on purple bandanas and we're gonna go out there, act hood, and all rise. I don't take nothing away from Damian Priest. I don't take nothing away from Rhea Ripley. I definitely don't take nothing away from Finn Balor. But let's just call it like it is. Dominic Mysterio needs to take the role more serious. I feel like coming out there smiling and like, I'm not feeling it. It's not gravitating me. I don't.
Guerrero is crazy. I'm the new Eddie Guerrero is crazy, bro. Like, let's be fucking serious.
I mean, I would have liked it more if he would have came out and been like, oh, Eddie Guerrero was actually my father. Like, it would have went that route. It would have been more darker.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought, like, like that one time when they was like, how people were like, who's your daddy? When they doing that chant to him, he would have caught crazy heat if he would have turned around and been like Eddie Guerrero. Like, he would have caught some fucking heat, say. But the type of heat that wouldn't have been backstage, it would have been like, the good job. You know what the fuck you doing? Now you got to capitalize on this.
now you got to play that. Now you got to be like, coming out with the old school shirt. Like, that would have been more fire. Like, but, it's just, yeah, man. I feel like Dominic needs some, he needs some tuning up, and like, who am I to say? I mean, what are we? We're just, two dudes, like I said, chopping it up about some good old fashioned wrestling, but we having opinions, we're not just some smart marks that sit around and, like, oh, let me just, bash on people. Like, nah, man, I love the sport. And I want to just see guys like Dominic Mysterio get better because you can see the potential. There's super potential there. Rey Mysterio's son, the legendary
since he
Rey
was like
Mysterio.
6. So like my thing is here's where I feel like it's fucked up. So you have people like us in a situation where we wanted to become wrestlers. At one point in our lives, me and you wanted to be wrestlers. What we would do, we'd go to the park and we'd wrestle. The biggest issue with that is that me and you never ever had it easy to grab the bread to go to a wrestling school. Just wasn't something that we could do. Dominic Mysterio, who has all the tools in the world to his disposal, looks like he did not do one fucking run in the motherfucking ring before he jumped into WWE.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you're born into it and like you should be better than what you are. Like,
I don't feel like it would have killed him to, let's say he would have, instead of coming straight in, right? Let's just say, what if he would have been in NXT this whole time, coming up, building up slowly, learning, you know what I mean? Like, you think about the talents that went through there, like a Tyler Breeze, like, was nobody expecting Tyler Breeze to be a name the way that he was. Like, Tyler Breeze didn't make it to where he had to be on the main roster, but in NXT, he was kind of that guy a little bit. Like, you had to go through Tyler Breeze at one point in NXT. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Dominic would have done so much better if he started off in NXT. Hell, he could have came up with the Legado de Fantasma and all of them. You know what I mean? That would have been fire. We got Eddie Guerrero. I mean, we got Eddie Guerrero Jr. or should I say Rey Mysterio Jr. Whatever the fuck we want to call him. They could have had fun with it. But now it's like they force feeding him to us, and this is Roman Reigns in 2016.
Yeah, no, I feel it. It's like, yeah, baby face, squeaky clean baby face. We're gonna turn him heel, and you're gonna boo him because he's a bad guy. Like, I don't like that.
Let's be real serious. We know where this is all headed. Him and his pops, WrestleMania. We know. You know what I mean? But it's like Ray is really the GOAT. I would put it to you like this. Ray's really the GOAT. Because for him to be at the age that he's at, bro, and still be manipulating his body in midair and still going the way that he does, bro, I'd be interested in Rey Mysterio matches. More now than I was 3 years ago.
Definitely.
Like, I want to see him versus Walter. I want to see these type of matches because I'm like, yo, this dynamic and Rey Mysterio in it is dope. You know what I mean? But
he's
all he's going to do is carry Dominic. Yeah, and all he's going to do is carry Dominic at this point. If they walked into WrestleMania tomorrow, it's going to be a trash-ass match. Ray going to carry that.
Word. What do you think so far about the Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley feud and how they've been kicking off Monday Night Raw like the last couple of weeks?
I like it because they're not doing a title around it. You know what I mean? I like it. There's no title around it. And if there was to be a title around it, the title that's kind of looming around it is the U.S. title, which is dope. You know what I mean? I kind of like.
I feel like this is a resurrection of a beef from earlier. I'm trying to think. Like when were they beefing before? What pay-per-view did they actually have a match? And Brock Lesnar, didn't he take the title off of Lashley?
No, wait, did he?
Might have to look that up. Let's get that up. I feel like this is a resurrection. Like this is a continuing beef, and I feel like Lesnar was the one that took that title off of Lashley. I think I'm not sure if my memory serves me right.
No. Let me see something.
Reigns beat Lashley, right?
I don't know if it was Reigns either. Because it was just the regular WWE, right? It wasn't the Universal.
But Lashley had the world heavyweight title.
Yeah.
He had the WWE heavyweight title, so I think it was Lesnar, bro.
Let's see.
You gotta, you know what?
Yeah, you are. You're right. You're right.
All right, cool. And what pay-per-view was that? Was that?
That's what I'm clicking on right now. Hold on. I think it was that stupid shit, that Great Balls of Fire.
Nah, bro, that was because that Great Balls of Fire. I think it was Samoa Joe and Lesnar.
February 19th. Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right,
Elimination Chamber.
So they continuing that, which is cool. Like I like when WWE does that. Like, I like when any like pro wrestling sport does that. You know, they go years like, all right, you got one on me before, but now look, like, you know, and then out of nowhere, like, it's funny because the roles. I think Lesnar was face at that time too. Like, I think he was, and Lashley was heel still. So now you got both guys like a face, you know, super over, and you know, Lesnar just comes out and attacks Lashley for no reason.
Out of nowhere, bro.
That was sick,
bro.
man.
And it's like, when I seen it, bro, I was just looking. I was like, nah, Triple H is in his bag. That's all I can say. Like, Triple H is in his bag, bro.
He's got to pull. He's pulling out all the stops because, you know, it's just only right. You got a lot of good match cards there. Like a lot of good people that could just, like, when they clash, it's like, yo, this is gonna be seller. This is gonna go boom, you know. And Lashley and Brock are definitely those guys to do it. I like their brawl. It was legit.
You think they'll ever bring this match to the fight pit?
You know, that's another thing I was saying, because I heard there's gonna be plenty of more fight pit match ideas.
I like
kind of
those.
like how that remember that Shane McMahon the little run on Raw with the Raw Underground?
Yeah.
So I think the fight pit should be something like that. You know, like that'll be dope. Like have guys settle a crazy feud, and if they had that MMA background, like if they had that, you know, like
that's why I feel this Lashley and Lesnar one would be so dope in there. Like, let them scrap, let them, you know what I mean?
You know, it's crazy. Like, that's what I thought. Like, at first, I'm like, all right, they're gonna go Lesnar and Lashley. They just did Riddle versus Seth Rollins in the fight pit. So I'm like, yo, maybe they might do you know, Lashley and Lesnar, but, you know, hopefully, who knows? They might do that shit at WrestleMania, which would be fire.
It could be dope. Yeah, they still have a few events. They still have, and then you also think about it. There's gonna be a crazy build, because if you think about it from TLC, like the Survivor Series TLC final pay-per-views of the year, it's that in December, and then we have February, like the second week of February, Royal Rumble. Like, all that time without a pay-per-view. We have nothing but time to build. You know what I mean? They got rid of day one. They're not doing the day one pay-per-view shit anymore. So with that being out the way, you know what I mean? That gives it more time to just build a story, not have to throw a dumbass story in the middle.
Speaking of the pay-per-views not being done anymore, there's speculations that Triple H is gonna take away the Hell in a Cell. I think that was in discussions. He's taking away that pay-per-view because he feels that, you know, the Hell in a Cell matches should be settled in feuds. You know, it shouldn't just be a pay-per-view once a year. Nah, you wanna settle that crazy feud. Like, look, like, for instance, right now, Bobby Lashley and Lesnar. You know, without the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, this would have been dope to throw that in
just
Riyadh.
random.
You know, they would have been dope to throw that at Crown Jewel in Riyadh. You know, so that would have been fire.
That would have been dope, as a matter of fact. But they gotta have a bigger picture for this, especially with Triple H running things. I see there's a bigger picture for this. They bring in, like, again, you seeing Lesnar more on these shows. You know what I mean? It's not just him pulling up the week before. the
pay-per-view
and
yeah, you see him throughout the month. You see him.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you might even get. You know what's crazy is like if I'm not mistaken, like he be doing some house show matches too. So
I heard. You get Lesnar at a house show. That means
here and there, and I'm like, oh shit, Lesnar was throwing suplexes at a house show. Like that's fire.
Like we might fuck around and see Lesnar do a Monday Night Raw match for the first time in how many fucking years? You know what I mean?
Word. What about yo? Let's shift over to the women, to the lovely ladies of double A.
Double. WWE.
Like,
WWE.
yo, I like I'm digging the Bailey and Bianca rivalry. Like,
I think it's dope.
I think it's so dope. I like I just like the diversity in both women. I like the styles and the transition. I just like their feistiness, their just everything like this. Just spicy. This is a spicy rivalry, guys.
Yeah.
For you guys tuning in out there, and
I like seeing
wrestling marks and fanatics, and all you lovely people. You see Bailey and Bianca when they, it's magic. It's magical. I love it.
It is on the low. On the low, I feel like that was one of those feuds that we didn't know we wanted until it actually happened. You know what I mean? Because it was just like Bailey coming back. I love Bailey. I want to see Bailey feud with anybody.
Super transitional. She's a you know how MJF calls himself a traditional no, he calls himself a generational talent. I call Bailey a transitional talent, to where she started off with the the whole hugger, super lovely, like, and then like boom, like now she's just badass Bailey with these.
It's like she never. Oh, okay, Bailey, I get it. You've never been through a bad day in your life. That's all it is. Then she went through bad days, and now she came back the way that she is, and it's fire.
Yes.
Dakota Kai, Io Sky, like.
And then you bringing those two radical girls in.
I love Io Sky.
Yeah, I love Io Sky too, man. That was that's my crush right there from NXT.
Hey, yo, listen, man. This is a funny Easter egg. If you go back to NXT 25, right? Takeover 25, the one that they did in Connecticut. I was at that pay-per-view. I was there live. And when Io Shirai, before she was Io Sky, when she came out to wrestle, it got mad quiet at one point when they was wrestling, and you hear me mad loud in the cut. Io Shirai, I fucking love you! Like I was wild, and you just hear me in the cut wild, and I've been loving it.
That's fire. That's fire, man. Yo, how was the crowd experience that night? Like,
that shit was dope. I ran into big salutes to Mickey. I ran into Mickey. This is when he had it was funny because he had just signed to the Bars on I-95 team probably like 2 weeks prior. Chilled with him a little bit. We became cool, but it wasn't like on some like, yo, I'm gonna go do this. Come link with me. It wasn't like that, yeah, like it is now. Bro, I go to the pay-per-view. I'm chilling. I'm with my boy Booty and his son. Salutes to them. We chilling. We watching the event, bro. I look over because all I see is this nigga holding the WWE title, standing right there going, nah, E. I looked over. I was like, Mickey? 2 rows behind me. So literally every time something went crazy, I'm turning around like, yeah! So
screaming.
And he's just there holding the title up, man, high in the air the whole time.
Yo,
he was at Money in the Bank too. You catch him at Money in the Bank doing that. You'll see him with the CSL shirt. It looks like an NWO shirt, but it says CSL, Classic Stoner Life. And you'll see him holding the WWE title up.
That's fire.
My homie Mix.
Yo. What else happened on Raw? Let's see. Yeah, yo, they're about to have a last woman. So like, to finish off on Bailey and Bianca, like their rivalries culminating into a last woman standing match.
I like it.
Yo, that's
because they could go. They're not stiff. They could go. And when we get to the SmackDown part of this, I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by stiff and who could go and who can't. I'm pretty sure we both can explain that. You know what I'm saying? When we review a certain match, but Raw, bro, when it comes to Bianca Belair and Bailey, bro, they really
the physicality's there. Like they turned it up a notch.
Bailey don't give a fuck, bro. Like Bailey don't give a motherfuck, bro. Like I bet you KOD with the ladder, smash my hands in the middle. Like really look at how Bailey takes a bump compared to a lot of other, I don't want to say divas, but a lot of the other women wrestlers on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, really think about it. She's holding the ladder like this, bro. Holding it with her arms in between. Gets KOD. Bam.
Yeah, no, I like that spot. That spot
right
was
on ladder.
crazy.
I tip my hat to her every time, bro. I tip my hat to her every time, bro. She's one of those, bro. And then she brings the emotion to the ring. And then Bianca Belair is just different.
And then so Raw was full of, you know, a lot of some crazy stuff. And you know, the one that I think Raw ended pretty. Did Raw end with the Nikki Cross return, or was?
I don't remember if it did, to be honest with you.
But I know that was like that was like the highlight of that night. I think was Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross though, not Nikki ASH. Like, this is, I like this.
Yes, I like this too, and I've been waiting for this for a long time because I'm like, yo, she can offer so much more by being Nikki Cross. And you know, like, hey, look, you know, the whole character, like, you know, you gotta pertain to, you got the gimmicks. It's you know, it's cool. It's cool. You know, but there comes a time when it's like, do you gotta remember who you are, girl? And Nikki Cross, man, she's gonna be full of some crazy matches too. I want to see how she ties into the fold with the whole damage control and you know, Bianca. And then you got Alexa Bliss. You know, where does she stand? Where does Alexa
Bliss? And behind Alexa Bliss was mad cool. You know what I mean? Like, Alexa Bliss is kind of going back.
Wiped out everybody.
Honestly,
she wiped out everybody single-handedly.
But she's a beast, bro. She's a beast. You gotta think about certain people like that just, I feel like they get the bad part of this. Thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? The bad gimmicks, the bad situations, bad storylines and all that. That it's like when they finally do get in, us real fans look, I'm like, damn, bro. The fuck did you do to Nikki Cross? What the fuck did you do to this person? Like, and we deal with that a lot with WWE. You know what I mean? Like, fortunately, even AEW sometimes now too. There's a lot of talent that goes over there that I'm like, yo, bro, you did all this shit to sign him. You did the big debut, big pop, and this nigga hasn't been nowhere on TV.
Yeah, you know, he gets a couple of Rampage matches. Oh shit, he's on Elevation now. Like Matt Hardy wrestling on Dark and Elevation. Like, I think that's just
a slap in the face.
Yeah, like, you know, you got guys like that. It's legendary talent. You know, like it's like, look, yeah, we get it. You know, they put their bodies through hell. Yeah, they just can't go and do what they, you know, used to. But like, you know, on paper, like, that shit it's Matt Hardy. You know, You got fucking Christian. You got Christian doing the whole, like, being the asshole gimmick with Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and I like that. You know, like, before we get on AEW, you know, we're tying in from WWE to get into AEW, but you know, it's just shit like that. Like, you know, you see what they're doing with talent, and it's like, man, they got so much, so they have to. Every show is dedicated to who's popping at one time. You know, like, you got, and it's just. But yeah, man. So finishing off with Raw, we're gonna go into the Black and Gold brand. We got NXT. I'm trying to remember how NXT started off.
John Cena came out, right? John Cena.
I'm screaming, yo! That would have been a pop in NXT. I'm not going front.
He just starts off with Cena. Nah, there was a WWE return into it, a roster. You know what I'm saying? R-Truth that popped up on NXT real quick. Always love seeing R-Truth. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. It's R-Truth, bro. I just love seeing him there. With the whole situation with, what was it, JD Madonna and was it JD Madonna?
No, I think it was Grayson Waller and and the new North American champion Wesley. I think that was that segment.
Yeah, when because Wesley was bugging out with R-Truth.
Yeah, they was just OD. Yeah, word. So, but let's
tag team matches. NXT was kind of stacked this week.
It was kind of stacked, but it was just like, I feel like the one that I want to talk about the most is the debut The debut of
listen.
lovely, vivacious.
Let's wait. Before you even do it, let's break it down to the beginning of this segment. So, Halloween Havoc happens. Joe Gacy and Schism are talking about the lady in the red mask. Well, the person in the red mask is coming out. Person with the red mask, nonstop. They're gonna be here this week. I'm like, oh word, this is fire.
I had no idea. This was cool. This was one of those debuts where it's like, wow.
I did not see it coming from a mile away. I did not see it coming. All I know is, I'll put it to you like this: they did so fucking good with it. Because now you got them all in the ring, wearing their mask. They say a little, you know what I'm saying? Say what they got to say when they take off their mask, but she's last. Takes off the mask, but if you notice, until the mask came off, yo, that could have been anybody. That could have been a guy. That could have been a girl. That could have really been anybody.
Yeah, they played it good.
Yo.
I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, all right, are they going to tie in with the new Wyatt family? Are they gonna tie what's going on here? Like I'm confused, but I'm down. Like I think I know, and I had no idea. Like I've seen that she was making her dark mat, like she was doing some dark in-ring promos. Like I seen that she came out and did some things as Ava Rain, but to reveal the mask and be part of Schism, and she's like the whole like
like how they had like how Brody, rest in peace, but like Brody Lee was the exalted one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's kind of like that, like in that sense, in that realm, and that's pretty cool. Like I'm down because like she's the great one's daughter. As everybody knows, and it's the cat's out the bag on that one. If you follow.
If you didn't know that was The Rock's daughter, there's wrong with you.
Yeah, like
even
like,
down to the face.
This podcast is strictly like I said, it's no holds barred, chopping it up, and you gotta. We putting you on to stuff if you didn't know. So Ava Rain is Dwayne Johnson's daughter, Simone Johnson. But we're gonna just notice her as Ava Rain because Ava Rain is right now she's on fire on NXT. We're gonna see what she's gonna do as part of Schism, and that's gonna be looking like beast.
I like it.
Yeah, because like I never would think that The Rock's daughter would be part of something like
a cult, like
yeah, it's like a cult, like that's fire, bro. Like that's like, just like yo.
Well, OD turn, like she didn't join the bloodline.
Screaming, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's just like we're not gonna.
If a Rain of the bloodline would be crazy.
Yo.
No, I like it, man. I like the route that they're going in NXT. I feel like they're bringing back the old era NXT when we had the Sami Zayns, the Adrian Nevilles, Kevin Owens. You know what I mean? Like that era where every week was must-watch TV. Not even must-watch TV, must-watch network programming. Like you had to watch it on the network every week. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I feel like it's going back to that. You got Shawn Michaels running shit over there, which is great.
Facts.
But yeah, that's my take on NXT. I like to see where NXT is going next because NXT is looking real promising.
Facts. I'm not even gonna lie. I gotta step up my NXT game, and I used to be a NXT fiend, but like I gotta get back up on it because I've really been paying attention to a lot of SmackDown. Like I'm investing in SmackDown a lot with the Bloodline, and you got Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. SmackDown got them all, bro. SmackDown,
and then like in the ratings too. SmackDown's like 1 million over Raw. Like with the viewership. So
I love this.
Yeah, just the numbers don't lie, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, NXT was dope. NXT was dope. You had the tag team title matches. You had R-Truth. You had Kevin Owens. I think came out for a little while, right?
I give NXT a solid 3.5 out of 5. I won't give it nothing.
3.5 stars. Word.
3.5. Because it's still building. It's still building right now.
We grade Raw? We didn't grade Raw. What was Raw? My bad.
I give Raw 4 out of 5.
4? Yeah, Raw was 4. Yeah, Raw was a 4.
Raw was solid.
Cross, returning like that, like she's snapping. Brock Lesnar and Bob, was that the Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley brawl? Did it start off? Yeah, it started off like that, so that shit was fire. Word.
All right, so where we at now, gangster?
We got
Thing about wrestling, bro, is that there's wrestling every fucking day, bro. So there's just like
this is so much content now that we're living in an era where there's like mad content right now. You know, whether it's in the music industry, the entertainment business, like sports, you're flooded. You have everything. You could be in another country and just see other things. Like that's why on this channel, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover NJPW. We're gonna cover the indie wrestling. We're gonna do all of that for you guys because it's gonna be dope. Like we're gonna give you all of that knowledge and that stuff. That good stuff.
You can say that good stuff.
It's wrestling stuff. We're gonna just give you massive wrestling stuff.
Man, wrestling.
We AEW. We're gonna go on the part of the week. We're gonna go down the week. We got Wednesday. It's hump day.
You know what that means?
That means that it's AEW Dynamite, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fire.
Are you still fucking with AEW like that?
Yeah, I'm invested. I'm invested.
Right.
I'm part of both. I'm not gonna lie because you know why? It's because of one man, and I'm gonna say his name. He's better than me, and I know this. And it's MJF. You know
Him and Bray Wyatt, and Roman are the best things happening in wrestling. Those are the best things. Those three.
That's a fact. None. And I've been watching mad MJF interviews and how he's so real. He keeps it. He's him. It's not no character.
I like watching interviews. I like it. I seen the Aries. What's his name? Ariel, the guy that does the UFC joints.
Oh yeah.
Him, like the one that he did with him was fucking hilarious. Like I love MJF. He walks in there already talking shit. He's like, "The studio's a piece of shit." Like just walking in, talking.
That's him, bro. Like that's not like that's not him being gimmick and nothing like. And
studio probably look
what do you think about him winning the chip and like the whole title picture? Are you up to date with?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure on how it should have went with this whole backstage shit going on with Punk and everything like that. I don't know if I wanted that storyline more than I want this one. This storyline doesn't feel like as much as a bigger payoff as the CM Punk one. You know what I mean? That CM Punk one was gonna be perfect.
I want to touch on CM Punk too because you brought up that name, and that's crazy because there's a lot of talk with him thinking about going back to the WWE, man. But before that, it's like what? Let's talk about the whole media scrum and the whole thing. Like even though that's been died down already, and
no, we can still talk about it.
For the wrestling fans and for the people
because we can actually talk about the real timeline came out today. The real timeline came in today. If you think about it, the real timeline got released today, so now all the truth is on the table. What happened at what order? The CM Punk's door getting hit did not happen. CM Punk and Jericho getting into an argument and almost fighting after the Elite almost happened. Jericho saving the whole situation and going up to his own media scrum, that's where all of it went. Diablo. So basically how it works is you got CM Punk's media scrum. After that, the Bucks are coming up to his room trying to talk to him, quote, kick his door in. With this door being kicked in, he's saying that his dog got hit and his dog was injured. That's false. That got played out as false as this morning. The whole fight happens. Him and Ace Steel. Salute to Ace Steel, though. Ace Steel is just real for that. But they all scrapped backstage. And they all got suspended.
Deep, bro. I don't know who's worse than that, man. And that's crazy because now a lot of good talent got fucking like all suspended.
We got the Elite coming back though. The Elite's coming back though. They already started hinting at that on the show and everything. You seen the promos that they was dropping with all the little bullshit? They dropped like a bunch of promos and it'd be them like doing their poses and shit.
And then they disappearing.
Disappearing like on some Thanos shit. So for sure they coming back, but CM Punk is probably not coming back. They already paid CM Punk his 2 years out. They paid him out. It's over for that.
Yeah.
But it's just this whole non-compete clause thing that's gonna kind of fuck him over at the end of the day.
What, that he can't compete nowhere else?
Correct. Because you got to think about how much money they had invested in CM Punk and then how much money got drawn in. Every 15-minute interval that he was in, the only person that was beating him in ratings.
Like I said, you know what? Like, I had two sides of it. Like, you know, I don't know what started what. Who? All I know is that all of that shit started because of something that happened between CM Punk and somebody else years ago that was involved with CM Punk. And that shit got brought up with these dudes, and it's just like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So that's why he's like, you know, I respect you, bro. Like,
I understand both sides of it.
At the same time, it's like, you know, CM Punk is one of those dudes where it's like, yo, yeah, you're entitled to say and, you know, be what you owe, whatever. But like, bro, like, come on, like, let's be serious.
Is it safe to say that
not that either, bro? Like, you know,
you can't pass me the coffee that's right there, the one that has like the least in it. Because if you think about it, Jericho calling him a cancer, do you think that was too far, or do you think that was an actual proper analogy? Thank you, bro. Because that's where the actual big problem came in at. After the media scrum was over, when Jericho went up to him to talk to him, Jericho told him that he's a cancer to the locker room.
Yeah, because I don't know what kind of bravado. I mean, there's a bravado there that like CM Punk has. There's that chip on his shoulder that it's like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe CM Punk is just, I've been in too much shitty locker rooms, so I have to be this way.
I think about Aunt Viv, bro. You remember the first Aunt Viv situation from Fresh Prince? Aunt Viv lost her job because of what Will Smith said. Will Smith was at a young stage in his career. He did an interview, and he told the people that ran NBC and everything that was doing Fresh Prince that Aunt Viv was very hard to work with. That's why we came back to like a season 3 with a light skin Aunt Viv.
Yeah. And
But
they even
played the first one couldn't find no work nowhere. So is this one of these situations where a Jericho can say something like that? Because we're thinking about Chris Jericho, somebody who's really left his foot everywhere that he's went. He's good anywhere he goes. He's allowed back at any door. He ain't burned no bridges. You know what I mean?
Like, his stint was with WWE after WCW. Like,
Jericho absolutely
came on the scene from Canada. You know,
everything else that he's doing right now is side quest. This is all shit that he wants to do just to put it in his resume.
He tried. He came through the whole ringer from like the early territory, the late territory days into the early 90s, into the North American scene with EC Dub and WCW, and then he finally went to WWF, stayed with WWE for a long time. Became the undisputed champion. Yeah, Jericho marked his legacy to be that dude that could be like, yo, I left WWE, maybe on good terms, whether it was on good terms or not. Like, yo, no matter of fact, it was on good terms because
he spoke to Vince,
and he did a thing with Stone Cold. He did the whole while he was in AEW.
Cena, even the shit right now, John Cena's 20th anniversary shit. They had a whole clip of Jericho coming out. Oh, John Cena talking. You know what I mean? They had him. They had Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him. But these are the kind of people that I think of that if they say a bad word about you to somebody backstage at WWE, is it going to affect you? So you have somebody like CM Punk who's a big name, but if somebody like Jericho, who's well respected, comes out and says, yo, you don't want to bring that motherfucker back, bro. He's a cancer to the locker room. He's worse than he was before Triple H. Like, he's getting worse. Like, what can that do to his career at this point?
Nah, you know, it's crazy. I feel like it's CM Punk and WWE would be different. It would be more, and it's like if Triple H is running it, like Triple H won't stand for that shit.
But that's my whole point, because his biggest issue on leaving before was Triple H. Do you think now with Triple H running it alone
was it
without
Triple H or was it Vince?
It was Triple H and Vince, but mainly Triple H. He didn't want to have that match with Triple H.
What was that all about anyways back in the day? Like, before we jump back into AEW.
You're the biggest draw. You drop your title to The Rock when you're on the biggest reign of your life. What, 434 days? 434 days as champion, you drop it to The Rock just so they could have the Cena and Rock match to make sense. You know what I mean? Because once in a lifetime wasn't going to happen again unless there was a title attached to it. Only way. You know what I mean? Then that whole once in a lifetime shit, they could wipe that off now.
Yeah, that's kind of whack.
So then you got them going with that. You got Punk being the biggest draw still. Got The Rock back on your roster, but people are still screaming out CM Punk's name. They go into WrestleMania. The first one, when they did the first the first situation, you got CM Punk and Undertaker, and arguably one of the best Undertaker matches I've seen. The year after that, you got CM Punk going into the Royal Rumble. Comes in at number 1. Crowd is going stupid for him. He makes it all the way to the end to lose to Batista. You understand? So that now they tell him, oh, but this is the thing is that you, and Vince tells him, you should be excited. You're going to be at WrestleMania. 1-on-1 with the game, Triple H. So I don't want to fucking wrestle Triple H, man. Like, I'm tired of wrestling this guy. They wanted him to wrestle Triple H again. But remember, 2 years before that, the one random match that happened during the CM Punk era, that remember the summer rain? I mean the summer Punk?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Remember that Kevin Nash situation that came up out of nowhere?
Oh yeah, that shit was random.
Night of Champions. Like, think about that stupid ass match just to get stuck up and get destroyed by Triple H at the end. He don't want to face Triple H no more. That's the real barrier. They talk about John Cena barrier, nigga. The real nigga is Triple H, bro. Like, Triple H want to wrestle you at WrestleMania. You're probably getting buried after this, B.
Yes, bro. You really think about it, bro. Yeah. Cremate you, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. So you think about it. So then now you do this whole situation and they still want to treat you like you're not the biggest draw. So Son walked out. He walked out. He tried the contract shit with them. It didn't work. They kept trying to give him stupid situations like, yo, bro, I'm here to be champion.
Call it like CM Punk's greedy. He just wants it all type shit.
In WWE, for him to do what he did, it made sense. AEW, if everything that's coming out about him backstage in AEW is true, he's playing himself. You're going into a situation where the wrestlers run this company. This is not ran by a bunch of people in suits that never stepped into a ring. These are motherfuckers that ran around the indies that did not sign to WWE, ran around the indies and made a name for themselves that arguably became bigger than WWE at one point.
You know, their merch and all that, like they were selling and all that. Yeah, you talking about the club, right?
The Bullet Club's so big. Think about how the Bullet Club is still being used on Raw right now. How real fans, we got to go back to like 09 and 08 to be able to explain to people like, yo, Finn Balor started this when he was Prince Devitt. So when he's saying stupid shit to AJ, like I started this Bullet Club shit that you repping. A lot of fans don't get that, but they have to understand he started it. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of that shit all comes together to it.
Yo, fun fact, bro, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are the only dudes that wrestled in this year for every single
for all major promotions.
Yeah, bro, that's the first. They the first ever to do that in 1 year, and appeared on television. Like that's crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm still looking closely at this Carl Anderson situation because I really believe it's a work. And if New Japan and WWE find a way to work together, it's gonna be ugly for AEW. I'm not gonna lie to you. They better strap that motherfucking belt on MJF ASAP and let that motherfucker go because that's the only thing they got.
I think MJF's go to the WWE, bro.
I believe so. You think in 2024 it's true?
I don't know, man, because like the way it's just so good. It writes itself. The story writes itself. He didn't need AEW, but like and in a way he did need AEW. Like, but it still writes itself. He shitted on him, like takes the title, shits on him.
Yeah. I feel like AEW gave him
around. He goes to WWE with the AEW title and then he puts AEW on his back and fight like that'll be fire.
And we gotta stop acting like Cody's not backstage right now. Cody's backstage.
In the famous words of MJF, him and Cody are great guys.
Yeah. Great. Look, he got him, bro. He got him. Because I used to watch Being the Elite before AEW started, before any of that. I was watching Being the Elite every week. That storyline with MJF and Cody Rhodes has been going on before AEW was a thing. When that turn happened and MJF finally turned on Cody on TV, that was a 2-month process for people that just started watching AEW. That was a 1-year process for all of us that's been watching it. He finds MJF and he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? All that little stupid shit. Like, I'm going to give his wife a hug, and I'm looking at him like, God, you motherfucker. Like, he was being a dick, bro. Like, he was the first, like, being funny with it. Like, he'll give Cody a hug and be like, my guy, and look at the Young Bucks and go, fuck you, behind his back. Like, the obvious shit. But everybody knew he was going to turn on Cody any day now.
He milked it. Like, he took us for a ride. And that's why I like MJF, man. MJF, like, is AEW.
They gotta find a way to keep him.
We had the tag team match. What was it? It was Swerving My Glory versus
Swerving My Glory.
Was it I think it was FTR.
Those are the guys that's leaving next.
For real?
They're leaving. They're going back to WWE.
You think so?
Bro, AEW was doing stupid with them. How are you,
bro? How?
Bro, what titles are they holding right now?
They have like 3 title belts from other companies.
Exactly. But they're signed to AEW. Why don't they have the AEW tag titles? That's what the fuck should be strapped.
They're solidified. They don't need those tag team title belts.
They're top guys.
They are top guys, but they don't. They gotta get them.
They're gonna go to WWE with all those other titles and win the WWE titles from the Usos.
Yo, that'll be fun.
I'm telling you, nigga, it's gonna happen.
Yo, because that's mad belts and mad colorful belts. Yo, that's fire.
He made the revival. He made the revival, bro. He made them. This is gonna be
Forever the Revival.
Remember, they even went and took that FTR name and that was another thing. That was on Being the Elite heavy. That was on Being the Elite heavy, bro. The Young Bucks are going to the ring in every arena around the world, bro. Even in Japan, people were screaming out. You already know. And what are the famous 3 words? They used to do it how DX would do suck it. They'd be like, and we got 3 words for you. Fuck the revival. The whole crowd would do it. WWE went and copyrighted FTR just to be safe. They going back. Like, who else makes sense?
Wait, but if WWE copyrighted FTR, then how come AEW uses FTR?
At that time, they already had it. They can use it now, but I'm saying at that time when they were still in WWE, like NXT days. When they was in NXT, that's when they was back and forth with the Young Bucks. So that's when they was FTR, the revival, but they had FTR on their tights and shit like that.
Oh yeah, like they were running with it, like they
exactly. Like, oh, this is what y'all want to do. Thanks for the clout. Got you. Boom, and they flipped it on them. I think that's the way to go, but I honestly think they're gonna be leaving. Because if we're talking about CM Punk going back to WWE, if we really think that's a thing, there's no way he's not gonna go in. The revival's not going with him. The revival's gonna go wherever he goes.
Who?
CM Punk. As for AEW, I don't think he's gonna stay around at AEW. I don't think AEW is gonna keep CM Punk. I think they're gonna just cut ties all the way and just leave it alone. If the WWE thing does happen in any capacity, the revival is gonna be a part of that conversation, for sure.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense for the revival to go back, but like still with the CM Punk is still speculating. I mean, I would like it. It would be dope.
Absolutely. No, CM Punk
with Fox, he did the thing with Fox and shit.
It's so funny that man decides to always still stay in the news for returns. You know what I mean? Like, even after we finally get the CM Punk return that we always wanted, A year later, now we right back at it again. Where's CM Punk going to? Is he going to WWE? Is he sticking with AEW? Is he going to go to New Japan? What's he going to do? You know what I mean? Like, we have these questions again.
Yeah, he'll be good in New Japan.
He'd be amazing in New Japan. He'd be amazing. He'd be amazing, bro. And New Japan's a little bit more slowed down for him, so he could kind of rock out over there a little bit more. Oh, Jason.
Yo, what you think about the Acclaimed, bro?
I like them. They over. They good. They fun.
They're super over, bro.
They're fun. You know what I mean? I feel like all promotions need a fun tag team like that. You know what I'm saying? They got the New Day and WWE. Yeah, think about those. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they got to still be able to get down. And I think they could get down. I like the Acclaim, bro. I used to not like them. I used to find them annoying, but they're growing on me a lot.
Nah, I never. You know, it's funny. I liked them since day one. I already knew what it was about, and I already knew the potential that they had. And I feel like right now is they just proved. You know, they proved me right in so many good ways. And I was like, yo, this is fire. Like, I fucks with this team.
Mm-hmm.
They're too young. Like, yo, if anybody, if there's anybody that I want to see in WWE in the future, those.
Oh, the Acclaimed would be fucking over in the WWE. They would. Oh my god, they'd be over. I haven't even thought about that, but yo, if they walked into that motherfucking I think that's why they didn't do with the DX 25th anniversary. I think that's why they didn't do Billy Gunn pulling up. You know they okayed it.
Yeah, I know.
WWE sent out the feeler to AEW and told them, yo, we'll even put an AEW logo under him so they know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna hide where he's from. We got you. But Billy Gunn didn't do it, and AEW said it's okay. He could do it.
I'm
kind of think about how good that is, because if he would have pulled up to that reunion,
they mentioned. Remember how they mentioned the thing with the? He was like, "Oh, the other guy's doing something with office equipment or some shit like."
Yeah.
Office
I like how
supplies or
they have
something.
fun with it. I like how they have fun with it. They rather have fun with it. Like, why make it? You know what I mean? Let's bug out with this. Like, well, we started this shit together. You know what I mean?
OD, yeah, I like it, man. I like that
If
shit a
Billy Gunn
lot.
would have pulled up though, I think all the Acclaim chants would have been hitting from the crowd.
Facts.
It would not have been no sucker. It would have been scissor me.
Daddy, yes, daddy.
Yeah, bro. All of that would have hit.
Oh, scissor me, daddy.
They would have started that. And Shawn Michaels would have played to it. Shawn Michaels would have played to it.
Nigga would have been like,
yeah, some stupid shit, bro. But it's like, fuck it, man. Like, we got to stop. And that's why I like the Triple H era, because he's not trying to pull the wool over our eyes, bro. He's not acting like shit don't exist. Like WWE Universe is the only thing. No, there's stuff outside. You know what I mean? And I like that.
It's the wrestling galaxy, but like, who's
Buffering?
Let's get it. My bad. Yeah, it's like the whole wrestling galaxy, man. Like, you know,
yeah.
You got the AEW, the world of AEW. You know what I'm saying? You got the WWE universe, AEW galaxy, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the cool thing, because even with the NXT call ups and things like that, like, they're not treating it like some, oh, who's this person?
So don't mind me. But yeah, now I said I'm high at this point, guys. So don't mind me. And stupid
so,
alarm.
you know what I'm saying? But you think about that. You think about the fact that they just, you know what I mean? You could bring them in, and Triple H is not letting them hide that situation with the, oh, where they're from. Oh my God, who is this person? We've never seen them before. Like, no, this is this person from NXT. Like, yes, do that, bro. Like, that makes it way better. When they talk about, oh, they won plenty of titles out in Japan and da-da-da-da, and talk like that. Let it be known. Like, don't let these people look like new people that just came in. Like, show that they have a history for doing something crazy back then. Like, all right, cool. Like, now let's see what they do in WWE. Let's see how they could do it here. That's all. Bring in AJ Styles and be like, who is this brand new guy? I've never heard of him. Like, I would have been sick.
Screaming. Yo, fucking. What you think about You fuck with the women on AEW, the lovely ladies.
Of course.
Tony Storm.
I'm
Thicker than a snicker.
I know she's married and all, but I'm a huge fan of Ty Conti. Love that bitch.
Thanks.
I just love her.
Sammy, yo.
Salute to Sammy. I like Sammy. He gonna be some the Spanish card.
Screaming, dude.
Yeah, Sammy's cool. I like Sammy. I like the JAS situation. I like what Jericho's doing over there. Either way, bro. Like I love what Jericho does with whoever he works with. He turns them into something. You know what I mean? Like they're not just. You're gonna see them moving up in the cards later on their own after they split up.
Like how he took, I like how he took Anna Jay too. You know what I'm saying? And
Anna Jay.
Anna JAS.
Anna JAS. She's fire to me.
And what do you think about the Page return? Ember Moon, or Athena. I'm tight, man, at WWE. I feel like she needs to go back too, man.
She could have done way more. If she would have stood around, she would have done way more. I'm skeptical about the Page thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm skeptical.
She's like a little funky over there too. She don't fit over there.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right, bro. It doesn't feel right to me.
Oh, my bad.
All the way back. It disappeared. I see you got drop kicked off the screen. You fell right into the missile drop kick.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's over. Oh, God, to the neck.
Oh, shoot.
No. All right, chair.
I'm keeping that in there, too. I don't give a fuck. We're keeping that.
Do it, dog. I don't give a fuck what you keep in here, man. Do it.
Nah.
Yo.
It's over.
This man is crazy. Yo. All right. So let's close up with the AEW title. Jon Moxley. Here we fucking go.
Jon Moxley versus Penta.
Yeah.
Woo! Jon Moxley versus Penta. Yo, that was a hard-hitting match. That was fire.
Because that's the fucking guy you call it when you need ratings, is Penta.
OG.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let him go. Let Penta do his thing. Give him 20 minutes and let him fucking rock out. Cero miedo all day a while. Cero miedo, puto!
The Lucha Underground days.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, like, just imagine this is all you see is just Cero miedo, puto! Just right there.
I was going to be him for Halloween. Fucking screaming.
My uncle was trying to find his mask when we went to the AEW show. He was drunk, just looking for me. Man, he was like, "I want the mask. I need a Penta mask." Walking around, looking everywhere.
Fucking screaming.
He was good, bro. Salutes to Josh. It was great. He says he doesn't remember nothing from that event.
Yeah, that's Yo. Yeah, now that match was fire. I would give AEW Dynamite definitely gets a more de forking it gets a 4.
You guys a 4?
It gets a 4. It was solid, you know what I'm saying? It kept me tuned in to whatever's going on, like all the storylines and stuff lined up, correctly. I'm not going front. There was some botchy shit though.
Always.
There was some botchy. There was a couple of botchy shit. And I don't support the botchy shit either. So
Botchamania does it. Botchamania does.
Yeah, we're gonna see some scenes on Botchamania. Shout out to them. But it's crazy because like I didn't expect that from the couple of matches. But other than that, I still think even with that, I still think AEW gets a 4. And then we head into any impact on NJPW. We already
I didn't come up with anything this week on it.
All right, we'll get back to that. You know, we're gonna do some more research on Impact for you guys. Smiggity Smackdown. Oh shit, what happened here? Oh, I'm screaming.
That's how I feel about SmackDown this week.
Oh yeah, facts.
That's how I feel about SmackDown this week. Set it off. SmackDown, keep it real with you. It's like a fucking novela, and I love it. it's like the Americanized version of like Lucha Underground now. But just, you know what I'm saying, the storylines being so cinematic in the back, and just you get all the passion and you feel it now. I'm like, damn, I feel these shits now. Like, look, I'm wearing SmackDown blue today. Like, I'm feeling this stuff. Like,
facts. Nah, I fucks with it.
All right, because SmackDown opened up with the
Bloodline.
What's his name? Nah, with Ridge Holland and
Yeah, they faced the Bloodline. They faced
oh, that's right. They faced Sammy and Solo.
Yeah.
I love the theme song. This shit just sounds mad fire. It's just mad fire. But yeah, I love the dynamic of like Sammy in there. I don't know what the payoff is, but I know it's gonna be something good.
I like this. So this has been a topic of mine that like I've been wanting to cover for a minute, and now I get to cover it because we're doing this. Think outside the ring. So now
where do you think this is going, bro?
So thinking outside of the square circle, I'm gonna say that I think the payoff is Sami Zayn somehow, some way comes to his senses, and I think him and Kevin Owens take the belt off the Usos. Something happens. They find something on Sammy that Sammy like I don't know. I like, but or like so. There's two ways that this could go. So that's my first theory.
How would you book it?
Oh man, it's crazy because everything that they did so far is kind of like how it would have been, but there would have been some kind of way where Sami Zayn like Kevin, I like the idea that Kevin Owens tries to get his friend back from being part of this dangerous family, this family that's gonna end up having to turn on him either way. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be something that happens. Like, I feel it.
My boy Sammy Uso. He's not gonna rock out all the way to Sammy Uso.
Yo,
do you think they'll do it?
I think it's coming. I was feeling it already. I'm like, oh shit. Yo, after that match, bro, and I think what Pete, oh my fault, I always called him Pete Dunne. Butch and Ridge Holland got the win, right? And I think Triple H needs to bring that back, Pete Dunne. I think he needs to bring Pete Dunne back.
See, he already brought back the old attire that he was wearing, so we already got that. But Butch is just not the name for him. Bring him back to Pete Dunne, let him do his thing.
Yeah, that's Petey Dunne, bro. That's Petey Dunne. They got the win, but like you seen the dysfunction of the family, and it appears that main event Jay is in to Usi.
Yo, speaking of that,
he's not Usi enough, bro. Like,
did you peep him make he made Roman Reigns break?
Bro, that shit was fire, bro. He made everybody break, bro. Sami Zayn made everybody break. Jay couldn't stop laughing.
Thing, I've been a huge fan of Sami Zayn since Ring of Honor when he was El Generico. I've always loved him. But yo, when he does stupid shit like this, he kills me because he's one of those guys that it's like I look at Sammy when he does this little funny shit and I'll be like, bro, he be playing like he's pussy, but Sammy go fuck these niggas up if he wants to. Like, this is Sami Zayn we talking about here.
Yeah, bro, I feel you.
But that's what makes it funny. It's like the nigga that you know could fuck you up playing pussy. Like, well, listen, my tribal chief, look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, it's dope. Like, I love the whole, like, it's just great, man. Like,
bro, but when he said it, he was like, he's just not feeling too Uzi today, bro. When he said that shit, Roman's face, bro, was like, yeah, you broke character. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Even Jimmy
and
in the
then he's like, all right. So he's like, is that what this is, Jay?
You not
is that
feeling
what this is?
Feeling Uzi enough.
Bro, broke this nigga.
He couldn't keep it together.
It's over.
Bro, I love seeing Sammy interact with the Bloodline, bro. That's my favorite part of SmackDown every week, bro. It's Sammy interacting with the Bloodline, bro. He kills me. Tribal Chief, if I may, you told me you wanted me to take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. May I? Like, he be killing me, bro.
OD. Then after that whole segment, what do we got? You remember what happened after the?
I think it was the wait. I want to say who was it that they faced though, but the New Day came out for a match. I'm just trying to remember who they faced.
Marseille and Mansoir.
Oh yeah.
The maximum male model.
Yeah, Eli Drake's old guys. I don't like LA Knight. I do not like this name. I'm not a fan of it. It wasn't sold on me at NXT.
What? I'm screaming, Douglas. I fucks with LA Knight. Yeah.
I bring back Eli Drake. Yeah, dummy. You gotta bring him back all the way. Yeah, dummy.
I like the LA Knight, man.
Nah, I don't know, man. They said that LA Knight has officially, they said breaking news, LA Knight has officially cut ties with Eli Drake. Shit is crazy.
God.
Shit is fucking crazy. But it was that. Huh?
Nah, my bad. I'm getting rigged.
I felt like that I wasn't even looking at you and I just felt the rig. I was like, what happened? All right, so after that, what was the women's situation? Ronda Rousey. Rondell comes out. I just want to set the stage and I want you to explain what happens here. So Ronda Rousey comes out with her title. First time that we've seen her since she's won the title, right?
Fact, she does the open challenge.
Yeah, open challenge. Amazing. Pretty cool. I love open challenge.
Doesn't the Liv Morgan Sonya Deville thing happen backstage before that match?
Watched it on Hulu. I missed it. What happened back there?
Oh, before the Ronda match, I think Sonya was coming out talking like, oh, Liv Morgan never deserved that title. She, that's why Ronda took it off her in the first place and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Liv just came out of nowhere, attacked her, and then they started brawling. And they pulled apart. It was just crazy.
You only live once.
I think they went into the match.
Okay.
Ronda coming out, yeah.
All right, so Ronda's out there. She got her title. She sets an open challenge. Who comes out?
Emma Lucien.
Yo,
I was fucking shocked, and I heard because I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And this is crazy because I was like, oh, yo, I heard that she was coming back to sign real quick. But like I didn't know when, I didn't know how. I totally crossed my mind. Like I was just like, oh, it was one of those things that I read and I just put it to the back of the cerebellum and just locked it away and just like forgot about it.
I mean, can I be honest? After that match, she should stay back there. That was a terrible fucking match.
Screaming.
That was
okay.
It was
lukewarm, yeah.
It wasn't the best showing even for Ronda. Like that was bad. That was one of the slowest matches. They was hitting the rope slow as fuck. Like it was bad.
I was kind of looking at my laptop watching that match too.
Yeah,
that explains it.
It wasn't it. Now the segment that happened afterwards was kind of cold. They go backstage. You got her walking. She's talking to Shayna Baszler. Then Natalya pops up out of nowhere, just talking her heroic shit.
Yeah,
popped up talking high. She's like, "Yo, you were the baddest woman on the planet, and one of the luckiest women on the planet." Like, bing, bing. So then they just go and choke out. They really just choke out Natalya and put her to sleep backstage. I kind of think that's cold. Like you got Sonya Deville, Ronda
That
Rousey.
was some crazy shit, some gangster shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's pretty cold of them two to just do that because you know they really scrap. It's funny. It's cool for them to do shit like that. It's not believable if Damage Control did that. You know what I mean? But with them two doing that, kind of makes sense.
Facts. Then after that, we got
What we got? Another.
I think carrying cross.
The man with my favorite finisher.
Down the rabbit hole.
That's my favorite finisher.
Choke somebody out.
You see how we started off this episode? You see how we started off this episode?
So yeah, like carrying cross. Who he fought though? I forgot who he choked out. Oh, Madcap Moss.
Yeah, you know where that was going already.
Yeah, and then he was just like, yo, he put up a better fight than you, Drew. Shit was crazy. Yo, the Drew McIntyre carrying cross feud is fire. I like it. It's just getting out of hand.
I like where it's going.
And I like where it's going. I think it deserves a Hell in a Cell. I don't even know why they put it in the cage.
They could. This is probably. You see, this is probably why. What you said earlier comes back to this part of the conversation. This is probably why Triple H wants to get rid of it. He probably thought backstage the same shit, like, yo, this could have been in a Hell in a Cell fire, but I'd be stupid for doing one after the pay-per-view. That would be fire. What pay-per-views would you like to see come back? If you could pick two pay-per-views.
Unforgiven.
Ooh. I forgot about Unforgiven.
Because you got to remember, like, back in the day, in the Attitude Era, Unforgiven was the first, that was the first time you seen the Inferno match.
Unforgiven was the first pay-per-view where shit used to always get dark at.
Yeah.
It used to always get dark at Unforgiven. Buried alive matches, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing with the Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Remember when you used to run around the school doing that shit? Mouthpiece Kurt Angle. Perk Angle.
Perk Angle is crazy. That shit goes crazy. Then you got after all of that, it's the Bray Wyatt segment, man. Mad cryptic.
We can spend some time on this Bray Wyatt situation. We can spend some time on this.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you really think? Because I don't know if this was just speculation after the night. Are we expecting a Wyatt 6 faction?
I thought, all right, so the way that they're gonna do it is like, it looks like, not that it is like, but I feel like it might be just his personalities. Because as you've seen today, he was Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start seeing like all of this unfold in his mind. It's like we're traveling in his mind. And he wants to escape as regular Bray Wyatt. Now, whether he has partners or not, there's speculations of Bo Dallas returning, which is his brother. So once he if he returns, would he be the new Fiend? Would he? Who is he? Is he the
Rambling Rabbit?
Rambling Rabbit, yeah. You know,
because I really believe,
also, WWE also licensed Uncle Harper, so they're gonna reference Uncle Harper as well.
That's fire.
So that's crazy. Like, who is Uncle Harper? We know Uncle Howdy. We know Bray Wyatt. We know the Rambling Rabbit. Uncle Harper. We know the what's the Sister Abigail.
Yeah, could be Liv. Could be, you know what I mean? Could still be Alexa Bliss. It could have been nobody. You know what I mean? But that's been something that they've been trying to mess around with for years. An on-screen Sister Abigail character. That's the one that they got to nail that one for real.
Nice.
But I don't know, because I really do believe I think Joe Gacy was the Fiend at Extreme Rules. The Fiend that was standing in the crowd, screaming from the banister like this, just looking around. I think that was Joe Gacy in that costume. I think Ramblin' Rabbit was Bo.
And who was the pterodactyl head?
A lot of people are saying that was Grayson Waller. A lot of people are saying Grayson Waller. Now, the thing that fucked it up for me is that Grayson Waller loses at Halloween Havoc in a casket match to Apollo Crews. I'm thinking that's perfect, write him off type shit. You know what I mean? Like, all right, that's it. He could come back as, you know what I'm saying? What's the fucking, Mercy.
Mercy the Buzzard.
Mercy. So, because then, after Extreme Rules, Grayson Waller posted on his Twitter a little bird emoji that looked like a buzzard. Joe Gacy, before Extreme Rules started, posted a picture of the skyline of Philly where Extreme Rules was taking place at.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say if those other two guys, what if it wasn't Grayson Waller? What if it was just the other two members of the Grizzled Young Vets? You know what I mean? Like, what if it was just them? But it still leaves question because there was a few. You know what I'm saying? Huskus. Who was Huskus? Because if we break it down, we look at it as Bray Wyatt is Bray Wyatt. The Fiend could have been Joe Gacy. Sister Abigail could have been Liv Morgan or Alexa Bliss.
Or the Sister Abigail's Ava Rain.
That's fucking fire. That's fucking fire.
Schism. What if the Schism like is in their human form like right now in NXT?
Burning for him, yeah. Because it would be fire if this Wyatt Six, if he like reveals later on, the Wyatt Six has been around since before I came back. They've just been over here just right in plain sight. You ain't even know it was them. Like, you know what I mean? Because Joe Gacy and Schism would actually be perfect for it. I think they'll be perfect, and they already have that cult-like following kind of thing to them. You know what I mean? They don't look like leaders. They look like they have a leader to go to. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Kind of like Bray Wyatt is the guy that we follow to you. You're our guy. You tell us what to do, we go. You know what I mean? But you got, last night, Joe Gacy is the Fiend. You got the Grizzled Young Vets who could have been the other two. You know what I'm saying? Ramblin' Rabbit could have still been Bo Dallas.
Wait, but who's the other two? You don't have the other two. Oh, the pig Huskus, right?
Yeah, Huskus and Mercy.
Yeah.
Huskus, Mercy, and Bray. And the Fiend. Those three was Schism. That's what I think. Ramblin' Rabbit, I think that was Bo Dallas. Sister Abigail, I don't know. Now, the one thing about Sister Abigail that I peeped, behind her. So when she was standing there like this in the crowd, behind her right here was the SmackDown's women's title and the Raw women's title. Draped over right there behind her. So I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, could that mean like she's been a champion on both brands already? So Alexa Bliss would be the perfect choice? Or is it somebody that's going to be winning those two titles in the future, which a Liv Morgan or a Ava Rain will make sense at that point?
Facts.
Like, that should be crazy. I don't know.
OD, man. OD. I love this Bray Wyatt. Like, this whole, the new song is sick. You know, the whole entrance and the get up is like, you turn off your lights when you see it. You want to just be a part of it. You like, oh,
Yeah. And then you even have the situation for the fans that don't know, like, this is all being produced 1,000% by, I forgot his name and I'm mad about it, but this man used to be a full-on producer for Marvel. The man that's producing.
Or I thought they worked with Disney.
Marvel's Disney.
Just yeah.
The guy that does it, he was part of the Marvel world.
The horror joints, right?
Yeah, and he wanted to do a Fiend Marvel character. And they were working on that years ago. You understand? That's so that now everything that they used for that is coming in. So think about all this stuff. So like, salute to my boy Young. He produces the It's a Podcast. He's a huge Marvel head.
One time on It's a Podcast. Hold on, I just wanted to mention that they're leading in the votes right now. And
your podcast of the year, you heard, man. We out here trying to win podcast of the year.
So
bring one home for the family.
Just tell them where they can go to keep voting.
Hey, man, it's to support, 2 I's, supportct.com. Go up there, right on the left panel, there's a spot that says podcast of the year. Click on that and you know the fucking team. It's a podcast. Make sure you click on it. We already winning, but I want to win more. We want to bring one home for the family. YaooMedia needs every fucking award. We prize podcasters. That's what the fuck we do. We prize podcasters out here. Nice. So what was I gonna say right before that? Yeah. So Young is a huge Marvel head, right?
Yeah.
Always fucking with Marvel, but he does the way that me and you pay attention to behind the scenes stuff with WWE and wrestling. He's like that with Marvel. That motherfucker knows what movie's coming out in 2030 right now. He already told me that Bad Bunny is gonna be, they're making a show for Bad Bunny. Like, he's a Marvel character. All of this, I'm like, oh shit, he's putting me on. So when I start talking to him and I'm telling him this whole situation with Bray Wyatt, he doesn't watch wrestling. And he even looks at me and goes, yo, that's some Marvel shit. I go, what you mean? He goes, everything that you're telling me right now, you said that this guy hasn't come back yet. I said, nah, he hasn't come back yet, but he's supposed to come back at the next pay-per-view, which was Extreme Rules. And he's like, that's some Marvel shit. The QR code things, all that kind of stuff, like leading with the songs and all. That's some Marvel shit. And then when I do my research and find out, son that produces it is the guy that used to produce for Marvel. And with his situation is, which is so dope to me, he's in charge of Bray Wyatt. That's it. All Bray Wyatt segments. When Bray Wyatt is on our TV, he's in charge of all that production. All Triple H
joints. Was he behind the White Rabbit?
Yeah, that was all him. And the thing about it is that Triple H just has to okay it. There's no like, we don't need nothing from y'all, nothing. This is what we're doing. Yes, no. All right, cool, we're going. They're not hands-on with nothing going on with this. This is him and his team. So Bray Wyatt right now is basically a Marvel character for us in the WWE universe. For people to understand it that way, like, he's being produced and directed as a Marvel character. And I think that's so fucking dope.
Wow. That's a crazy way to look at that. Like,
bro.
We gotta look more into, like, deep into that.
Yeah.
That's OD.
Yeah.
Yo, that'll be fire. Like,
I'm gonna make sure I get all the info so when we do the real, you feel me? When we do this shit tomorrow, I got all the info, name, everything. Like, I have some biography on what he's done already, so we can have all that info in here.
Facts.
Because I'm gonna rewatch this shit too. So like, you peep what you want to do differently. I'm gonna peep what I want to do. We're gonna hit these topics again, but we're gonna hit these shits. You feel me? Like, with more detail, more like we know. You feel me?
Facts.
With more names and shit like that. But that's literally like, I've been paying attention to that shit for like 2 weeks now. I'm like, that is so dope. When I found out about that, that's all I've been reading about.
OD, right?
Hell yeah, bro. Bray Wyatt took over the internet, bro. If nobody knew Bray Wyatt came back, you're not following no wrestling publications. Sawyer.
Oh, let's get it.
Fucking 8-ball in the corner. Talking to him on a Thursday. I'm like, yeah, bro, Bray Wyatt. He was like, Bray Wyatt's back. I'm like, Huh. So what the fuck you be watching? What do you follow? Like, this nigga music only. Like, right, man. But Big Todd also want to salute out to T Sawyer, of course, obviously. 8 Ball in the corner for every episode of my podcast. Shout out to Mike Streeter, of course, as well. It's Mike. They're gonna actually be a part of this YaooMedia wrestling trend that we're doing because we want to show y'all motherfuckers, man. Like we do know our knowledge about wrestling. We on it heavy, but then also, bro, it's cool to be a wrestling fan, bro. It's cool again. Like it's not like I don't know if niggas thought that it wasn't cool, it was corny, it was childish, bro. It's cool again to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, wrestling is
This
back
is the best
to
time.
top,
Wrestling fan.
you know?
This is the best time. And we doing this, for motherfuckers from the hood. Because at the end of the day, bro, big salutes to Wrestle Talk, What Culture, all of them, but they overseas, man. They don't know what we, you know what I'm saying? Like the way we talk and the way we gonna break it down to y'all is not the way they gonna break it down to y'all, man. Y'all gotta come see us. Y'all gotta come check on us, man. We the ones, man.
And another shout out to like, you know, Cornette and
Absolutely.
Click This and like the Taz Show and like America, the ones that were out here podcast. But we just gonna follow in those footsteps and we're gonna bring you no horsepower content. We're gonna go hard. This is our perspective, our point of view about how we looked at it growing up and how we see it now. And
if you don't agree with our perspective, bro, we could do a tag team match, bro. Me and Joey is gonna be the tag team champions of this YouTube podcast world, bro. So if y'all have a fucking problem with it, bro, meet us in the ring, bro. Meet us in the fucking ring, bro. We really like that. We really like that. Cue the music.